Players Revolution Sports PRTV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. Jamie Horton here courtside at the Mo Williams Academy in Dallas, Texas for Dallas Heat basketball as we get you set up for the Dallas Heat taking on the Jaguars. We're visiting with Tarawn Granville. First of all, thanks for joining us, man, here as you guys get ready to play an afternoon Saturday game. Does the AC in this joint work?
Man, it's always hot in here, but I love the gym. I love working out at the Mo Williams Academy.
All right, have you guys played, are you familiar with the Jaguars?
No, I'm not too familiar with. I know a couple players on the team, but I'm not too familiar with them. They're a new team here in the DFW.
All right, so what kind of a basketball can we expect to see from you guys this afternoon? What sort of basketball do the Dallas Heat play?
Man, we play together. We're like a family. We're going to play hard, high scoring. Man, it's going to be very entertaining.
So you like to run in this heat?
Love it.
So this is considered your home gym, essentially?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you like to run people out of your gym, and that's why the AC's off?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what it is. Tarawn Granville visiting with us here as we get you set up for tip-off here at the Mo Williams Academy. It'll be the Dallas Heat taking on the Jaguars. Are they the Dallas Jaguars or are they just the Jaguars?
I think the Dallas Jaguars.
We're not going to give them too much love.
Nah, not too much right now.
Dallas Heat basketball and Players Revolution Sports. Players Revolution TVA production of Players Revolution Sports. We'll let you get back out there to shoot around and get ready to get set up. Tarawn Granville of the Dallas Heat. Thank you. A Saturday afternoon in Dallas, Texas at the Mo Williams Academy. Jamie Horton and Charles C.W. Gaines with you here on Players Revolution TVA production of Players Revolution Sports. Courtside at the Mo Williams Academy for Dallas Heat basketball. Here as we, again, come to you live. Courtside, Mo Williams Academy, a very a place that you and I have never been to, Charles. But
this place is beautiful.
It's really a cool spot.
But it's beautiful. It's not very cool.
Well, in the pregame, had a chance to talk to Tarawn Granville, who mentioned that that's part of the I think part of the strategy here is turning off the AC and running your opponents out of the gym. It's like a home court kind of advantage thing.
Well, whatever works, right? This is neat to see the teams get together. Moment of silence, moment of prayer. We'll see if that comes back into play when things get a little chippy, right?
Yeah. That's always the key, is whether or not well,
this place is beautiful. It's very interesting the way it's
cool
laid
spot.
out. Really quality floor. The scoreboard, electronics, everything's really nice. It's not the greatest for fans. I must say. At least they can't hold very many folks, but I think it's about serious basketball.
I think it's about serious basketball. There's also some punching bags here. Looks like a good spot to train. Shout out to Power Hands, by the way. We saw some of their products here as well. So
I'm kind of digging the police tape, too.
Well, the caution tape, yeah. So it'll be Dallas Heat and the Jaguars to get things underway here at the Mo Williams Academy. Again, on a Saturday afternoon, Players Revolution TVA production of Players Revolution Sports. Lee McCain, Preston Smith, Tarawn Granville, and there's the tip. It'll be controlled by the Jaguars. They'll shoot to the basket at our broadcast right. A quick pull-up in transition from the right wing for three. No good. Back rim. And a long rebound comes down to the hands of the Dallas Heat. A drive and a kick, and that kick is deflected and stolen away along that left block. Dallas Heat shooting to the basket at our broadcast left. There's a quick throw up ahead and a catch in midair. And a nice little one-timer by number 11 of the Jaguars. They're on the board first here, 2-0. 9.5 minutes left to go in this opening quarter with the basketball. Dallas Heat, Nick Johnson will hand it off. And Granville has it above the left wing now, gets a screen. He'll drive to his right, top of the arc. Now moves to his left, and now from the left foul line extended. He gets caught up in midair, and will throw it at a defender. And that will be a turnover. 2 possessions here for Dallas Heat and 2 turnovers. 2-0 is our score. 9:15 left to go here in this opening quarter. And the Mo Williams Academy, the Jaguars in possession of the basketball.
Whoever's not my coach needs to sit down. I only need one up. Appreciate it.
Official taking charge from the very beginning, letting everybody know how the sidelines will respond. We are right on the line, so hopefully we won't get caught up in the action.
In possession of the basketball, the Jaguars have it in the right corner now, driving right baseline, and he'll walk. Looking for a foul down underneath that time, and I thought it was good defense by Lee McCain. Kind of pulled the chair out from underneath him, so to speak. And
Yeah, that's a tough play. You commit, and you want to stay right in that guy's grill, and then that happens. But
got out of control that time and walked. Now McCain goes the other direction, driving left baseline, and he's fouled from behind. Contact as he blew past his man along that left baseline. He'll go to the line for a pair, and Dallas Heat trying to get on the board for the first time this afternoon. 1:10 having gone by here in the opening quarter.
strong move, making a statement early in this game that they're going to try to get to the bucket any way they can. So we'll see if that pays dividends later on in the game.
Lamonte McCain at the charity stripe. And the first of two rattles out. So Dallas Heat still suffering from the shutout here early, 70 seconds into this ball game. And the second one, this one rattles home. And Dallas Heat now on the board. It is 2-1 Jaguars on top. 8:50 left to go in the opening quarter.
Looks like we're still having some setup issues. The officials wanting to get things right, but we're going over the scorebooks over here. And maybe there's a little controversy already. Who knows? I'm just glad that you've got a roster.
I got a roster for Dallas Heat. That is correct. Dallas Heat, that is who we are here for this afternoon. Dallas Heat basketball and Players Revolution TV and Players Revolution Sports as folks at the scores table trying to get this one figured out. Hey, first of all, Charles, how's your weekend been so far, man?
Hot.
Has been a hot weekend.
Extremely
Matter of fact,
hot.
these are these last 2 days are supposed to be some of the hottest days that we've
seems like it. I don't know
people
if
are going to say enjoy, but experienced.
I don't know if it's taken me longer to adjust or it's been a milder spring or whatever, but it just seems like it has been blistering hot. When you get in the car and it says 105, something's
Correct.
wrong.
Correct.
Then it takes you, 30 minutes to cool down, then you're where you need to be, and then you got to start all over again.
Got it.
But it's been good otherwise. I can't complain. And, we've been so busy with ever since Revolution Day kicked off, it's been one thing after the
Is
other.
it hard to believe that was the first weekend in
Oh,
June?
it's crazy.
my
It
friend?
seems like forever.
It's
and then
almost
it
the
just
first.
seems like yesterday. I know
It'll be
it.
August next week.
Well, lots happened, and we're excited. Of course, we had the Unity in the Community event. That was fun.
A week ago today, as a matter of fact.
I'd just point out the play team.
We're champs. I don't even think anybody got close to them.
Well, it wouldn't have been really good if.
We're a basketball company.
Yeah.
That's we should.
But do you roll over and let the police department win, or?
I think maybe you do if you. No, I don't think that's a good look either way. I think you go out, and I don't think the cops would want you to do that. I don't think the police department basketball.
No, but they
team
did
would want
take
you to lay
notes. I did
down.
see them taking notes for future use.
Going and then following guys on the parking lot, take down their license plate and see if you've got. It
was a great time. A lot of folks from the community came out. It was great to see some good camaraderie, and it's tough.
I fell in love, by the way.
Well, I heard about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later and maybe share with the viewers. I don't know. We'll tell them to go to your social media profile.
Well, I actually hadn't said anything about it on my social media profile. But
you haven't gone public?
Not yet. But Lady Jade, oops. 8:40 left to go in the opening quarter. It is 2-1. It says 2-2 on the scoreboard. There's a drive around the right baseline. And the shot is missed, but here's Dallas Heat going the other direction. A little bit too fancy that time. Granville trying to go behind the back to a cunning Lamonte McCain, who was moving along that baseline. And was a little bit too quick on the trigger that time. And McCain had already outrun the pass out of bounds and a turnover by Dallas Heat. 2-1 our score. Jaguars on top here. 8:20 left to go in the opening quarter.
Is there an additional penalty involved if the ball goes beyond the caution tape, the yellow caution tape?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know what the ground rules are here. Dallas Heat playing a quick tempo right here, but they'll back it out. As Nick Johnson has the basketball at the top of the arc, left to right, now drives, pins it off to McCain underneath. His shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound attempt tipped out and controlled by the Jaguars. No numbers, but he'll drive left-handed, left to the lane, and a good move. A drive and score right there with a left hand. Ambidextrous that time for the Jaguars. 4-1, they're on top by 3 here. There's a drive and a kick over on the right wing, and there's a 3 for the Tides. A little bit too strong, no good. Offensive rebound, the putback attempt, no good. That one back rimmed, and that one is tipped into the hands of the Jaguars, going back the other direction. They'll pick it up at the top of the arc, wanted a foul. He'll hand it off to a teammate on a dribble drive, and he'll go into the paint right to left and goes with the left hand. He missed the shot, but a foul occurred on the floor before the shot. Side out of bounds along this near side.
We're already seeing the athletic ability of these Jaguars. Slashing to the bucket, cutting. It looks like that's going to be their game.
Fairly new team here put together in this Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and they just turned the basketball over. 4-1 our score. Dallas Heat trailing by 3. 7:13 left to go in the opening quarter.
Jaguars bringing in some significant size at that timeout.
With the basketball, it's Andre Thomas into the front court. Now leaves it for Nick Johnson. He'll drive right of the lane. No good. Too strong. Offensive rebound, and the kick out to Granville. Head fake. Thought about the drive. Has his lane cut off towards that baseline. He still got it just inside the arc on the left wing. His shot is back rim. Too strong. No good. And the rebound comes down to the hands of the Jaguars. 6:53 to go for the opening quarter. They're on top 4-1. At the left elbow, the big man turns. He fires. Turns over that right shoulder and left it short. McCain with the rebound defensively for the Dallas Heat, going the other direction. Drives into the body and will not get the basket, but he'll get the contact and the foul call, and he'll go back to the line to shoot a pair. It's been the only points of the day thus far for Dallas Heat, is coming from the shooting of at the line from Lamonte McCain, and he'll go back there for a pair.
Is it just me, or does it seem like the air is getting a little better in here?
I think it's because we're not moving.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, a couple of big guys. We start to move. We don't have a whole lot of negative space, around us.
Oh, goodness.
You get big thighs and things like that, man. And none of this.
A lot of friction.
Angry. A lot of friction. There's not a lot of negative space there. One thigh gets angry at the other.
So you grew up in Remember Corduroy pants.
Oh my gosh!
You could start a fire.
I used to rock the corduroys,
man. You could start a small fire there with that friction.
So 1 for 2 again that trip for Lamonte McCain, and the deficit cut in half, 4-2. A lot of dribbling, and the Jaguars with their third field goal of the ball game, and that shot made just inside the arc at the top of the key. 6-2 our score. McCain fires right back.
There we go.
And there's a 2.
Get them going.
That's their first field goal of the ball game. 6-4 our score. Quickly the other direction, and a miss. One and done that trip for the Jaguars. Dallas Heat quickly into the front court. Jonathan has it. He'll kick it over to McCain on that right wing to his left. Gets a screen from a teammate, and it's Granville driving all the way in with the left hand. McCain. He's got all 6.
To slash to the bucket, and it's really helping out the offense and breaking down the Jaguar defense. But
they go right back.
Page
and they
out
score.
of their own book. That's right.
But all 6 points belonging to Lamonte McCain here for the Dallas Heat. Into the front court, Andre Thomas gets a screen. That is an offensive foul. Stuck that leg out just a little bit, did Preston Smith. And that sends the basketball the other direction. Jaguars in possession, on top by a bucket, 8-6, 5:24 left to go in the opening quarter.
To my knowledge, Mason Brawley has not made it into the game. I'm looking forward to seeing him in action. Mason is the, I don't know if he's considered the captain. I know that he was the gentleman that contacted us and is working hard to promote this quality of basketball in the Dallas area, and so I'm anxious to see him play. I know he's played in some of the E-Play events that we've had.
Jaguars with a 3 in that left corner, missed everything, and a rebound comes into the hands of Andre Thomas on the offside. He'll push it across the timeline on the near side in front of us, crosses his man over, picks up the dribble, now kicks it up top. Cameron Barnes drives to his right and pulls up at the foul line, extended, and he knocks it down. Good-looking stroke right there from Barnes, and we got a tie ball game again, 8-8. As Dallas Heat getting back into this one and have done so with their shooting. There's the first 3 of the ball game either way. That one buried deep from distance along that left wing.
He let his man know that as well.
Almost 4.5 minutes to go here in this opening quarter with the basketball. Cameron Barnes, left wing, gets a screen as he drives to his left. Little hesitation, his shot blocked along the baseline. Jaguars have it, go the other direction. There's a push, a kick out in that right corner. Now driving. Right to left, through the lane, the reverse layup, no good. The rebound tapped around, ends up into the hands of the Jaguars. Again, a 3 straight away at the top of the arc, right side of the rim, no good, and an offensive rebound. The kick out is stolen away by McCain. Hesitation dribble, gets between his man on a split, and has it knocked away and stolen. Up the other direction we go. 3-point advantage here for the Jaguars. And there is a shot, or excuse me, a head fake in that right corner. I'm kind of cut off down there. I just assumed there was going to be a shot. Now there's a drive along that baseline. Turning back the opposite side over that right shoulder and going up with a left hand. The big man underneath, no good. Dallas Heat go the other direction. There's a shot from the right side of the lane, and it's Cameron Barnes with his second made field goal of the quarter. 3.5 minutes to go in this opening quarter. It's 11-10. Jaguars on top, and some pretty fast-paced basketball being played here over the last 2 minutes.
Really was. That was a beautiful block a minute ago. I'd love to be able to go and take a look at that, but Jaguars defender timed it just perfectly. And then from there, we had some frenetic action.
McCain drives. He lost the basketball before running into the defender, and the ball goes into the hands of the Jaguars. Another turnover here by Dallas Heat. Cross-court pass, and there's a 2 as his toes on the line, and it's too strong. Line drive shot that time, and the rebound comes down to the hands of the Dallas Heat. Up ahead, McCain with a nice catch on a nice feed. And good hands that time, right in the lane, lays it up and in, and we got a timeout as Dallas Heat for the first time this afternoon on top here, 12-11, 2:54 left to go in the opening quarter. Dallas Heat basketball and Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. Out of the timeout, it will be Jaguars basketball trailing here by a digit, 12-11, 2:54 for the opening quarter. On the floor, Jared Cunningham, Cameron Barnes, Nick Johnson. First look of the afternoon at Kendrick Salas as well as Jared Cunningham for the Dallas Heat. And Tarawn Granville also on the floor. The 5 on the floor right here for the Dallas Heat as they look to close out this first quarter strong. 2:50 to go for the opening quarter, 12-11, Dallas Heat on top. A left wing 3 by the Jaguars, front rim no good. The rebound tapped over on the left side, and Granville comes away with it. Splits the defenders by crossing him over, drives. Little Euro step, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Good defense by the Jaguars. Granville knew it, not much argument. He was trying to coerce his man into leaning just a little bit, but he did not do so. Charles, I don't know if you know, we got some familiar faces in this gym.
We do. I was going to ask if you've started to pick up some of them as we cover more and more of these games, and starting to see a few familiar faces and guys that have been on various teams. The Heat themselves have been involved in at least one tournament that I recall. Do you remember which one that was? I don't off the top of my head. We've had so many of them in the last really 3 months. But I know you're starting to pick out a few favorites of your own.
Well, again, when I got involved with this company with Players Revolution Sports and ePlay, I guess it's been close to 3 months now. You know, I think I'm one, like a lot of folks, who didn't realize there was this kind of market for adult basketball, be it just in the DFW area or across this, across the nation, really, across the country, across the world. There's a good-looking move. That's a familiar face right there for the Jaguars as he gets the right-handed floater to go on the right side of the lane. Jaguars go back in front, 13-12. Granville able to come away with that basketball as it was knocked away. Finds a cutter, and he loses it, but he's able to regather, and that is, boy, I don't know. That's a tough call right there. Never had possession of the basketball, did
It was a beautiful back cut, but he just could not. I know the rim probably looked about 6 feet around, but he just got to make that catch.
Well,
it's like
the pass was on his hip, but, you know, it's still one of those passes you got to make the catch, and he knows it. 13-12 is our score. Dallas Heat trailing by a digit here against the Jaguars. A dump off inside along the right side of the lane. Now back up top on the right wing. They'll kick it around now. Perimeter work being done by the Jaguars. A 2-3 zone being employed here by Dallas Heat. There's a long triple from that left wing. And a long miss leads to a long rebound. Dallas Heat into the front court. It's Granville who drive right to left through the lane and uses the left hand.
Very nice.
Gets
it looks
it to
like
go. Nice move right there.
The Heat has definitely settled down. They're into their game. They're passing a lot better. The spacing's much better. They just seem to start off a little rusty to me. They just didn't seem in sync at the beginning, and the Jaguars took advantage of that. But I think the Heat is settled down now. I think they're playing their type of ball. It's also helped that the Jaguars have missed their last.
Yeah, they haven't shot the ball well here over the game's last 3 minutes. Oh, and there's a three that's blocked, but it goes right back into his hands. Now a lead for Cunningham. His drive is blocked off the backboard. A throw up ahead, and there's another turnover. 14-13 here as the Dallas Heat leads by a digit. 37.3 left to go for the opening quarter. They have the basketball into the front court. It's Granville. Right to left, stops at the left elbow, now finds help, and it's Nick Johnson along the left wing. Back to Granville over in the left corner. Little head fake. He'll drop and fire the shot along that left elbow with a little bit of fadeaway action right there. That's back-to-back field goals for Tarawn Granville after picking up the offensive foul. The largest lead of the game here for the Dallas Heat as they look to close strong, 16-13, as we're under 10 seconds to play for the opening quarter. Jaguars in possession. A drive to a right and a kick for a right wing. Three for the tie at the buzzer is good. And at the end of the first quarter of play here at the Mo Williams Academy, we're all square. 16 apiece, Dallas Heat basketball on Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. The second quarter around the corner.
Hey, talk, bro.
16-16 as we move to the second quarter here at the Mo Williams Academy. Dallas Heat basketball on Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. Have it shooting to the basket that are broadcast left. Right to left. And a shot from that right elbow. Kendrick Salas with his first bucket of the afternoon. 18-16, so back in front go the Dallas Heat with the first bucket of the second quarter. Now a drive and a kick over in the corner along the left baseline into that right corner, and there's a foul along the baseline. 9.5 minutes left to go in this first half.
You know, Jamie, you were talking a minute ago about really what we've seen in just in the last 3 months in this area. There was some incredible talent in this area, but giving them a platform like this, you know, we're really just scratching the surface. Some of the discussions that have been going on in the last couple of weeks are going to take what we're doing at Players Revolution to a whole new level. And so there's I can't go out with all the details just yet, but you've heard about the Elite Showcase. It's fixing to get a new makeover, and the structure is going to be pretty exciting. I'll just tell you this. Using the power of the E-score, the plan is to pick the top players in the area and invite them to play in a tournament by invitation only. And we'll put them on teams based on, we'll actually been talking about having a draft. And
oh, wow, that'd be fun.
It's just totally changed the concept for these guys and the quality of their experience.
Jared Cunningham at the charity stripe, front rim, then it hit the left side of the iron and rolls off. Cunningham with a nice move as he backed down his defender and got him up in the air. Unable to come over the basket, but he earned him a pair of foul shots here in an 18-18 ball game with 9:19 to go in the first half. The second foul shot is no good. So he rimmed out both of them. And I believe the Dallas Heat now 2 for 6 combined at the charity stripe as a team this afternoon. And that shot by the Jaguars no good, so no harm, no foul in terms of having any sort of point swing. Cunningham with the rebound off the miss on the quick three by Cameron Barnes and tried to leave it off underneath and throws it out of bounds. I don't know if you noticed, I think I got two. I got an Otis Smith and a Nick Johnson.
You're doing great with it, by the way.
Okay, I see Otis Smith was the one I see later, and Nick Johnson's the one that says Johnson on the back of his jersey. So I apologize as they're watching this.
Just don't go
you got
Jonas
two number
Brothers
ones,
on
man.
me.
You got two number ones. I got a number one and a number one. 20-18 after the shot along the left baseline, good by the Jaguars, and there's a quick shot off of the screen. Along that left foul line, extended, no good, and the Jaguars with the rebound, 20-18. Jaguars on top by a bucket. And Otis Smith's going to pick up the foul as he was trying to defend in the front court. Inbounds pass. Jaguars dump it along that right block. A drive inside and a nice job with the strong hands, feeling the contact, keeping the basketball in the air and then throwing it towards the rim as he got the whistle. An opportunity here for two at the foul line for the Jaguars, who are on top here 20-18 with 8:25 left to go in the first half.
Be interesting to see if we've got a little better free throw shooting from these guys than we've had in some of our previous games, many of which have been determined at the free throw line.
That shot is good for the Jaguars. 21-18, they're on top here with 8:25 to go for the half. Jamie Horton-Charles, CW gains.
Where did the W come from?
I don't know.
Was that
from the CW?
I guess so. I didn't know if that was a. Do you pronounce that W or is it just W?
I think in your case we can pronounce it W.
Okay.
Okay. And we all know why. 21-18, three-point advantage. Otis Smith trying to tie it up with a quick three in transition along the right wing. And he front rimmed it. The long rebound is out of bounds, so it goes out of bounds and goes back to the Jaguars. So quick shot that time for Dallas Heat. They get a lot of their shots quick in the shot clock, if you will, in terms of if there was a shot clock involved in this.
It is interesting that they're not rolling with it because the facility definitely provides
offensive foul right there.
Yeah,
Jared Cunningham with a good sail job, by the way. He hit the ground pretty hard.
Do you think that tempo is by design? Do you feel like they're trying to set something up for later in the game, or is
I think it's always by design. Absolutely.
You don't think anything just happens by chance, huh?
No.
Okay.
No, I think they try to get good looks as quick as they can.
Nothing happens by chance, much like after this is over, you're going to want me to take you to the Waffle House, correct?
No, that little Asian buffet that you were telling me about.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we forgot about it. But the Waffle House also works. I mean, Dallas Heat basketball in possession here, trailing by 3, 21-18. Have the basketball on the top of the arc, now driving to his right. And a kick out, and there's Nick Johnson for a three in the tie. Back rim, no good. Cunningham kept it alive with a left hand, but it knocked it down in the paint. And two black jerseys there as the Jaguars come away with a defensive rebound. On top here, 21-18. 7.5 to go for the half. Just inside the arc, there's a shot at the top of the key. And a rebound tipped and into the hands of Cameron Barnes. He'll pull up at the right elbow in transition, and he rattles it home. He's got 6 points here in the first half. Back to within a digit at 21-20, 7:10 to go for the half. Jaguars in possession and with the lead to the right of the jump circle into the front court, crossing his man over. Now drives inside, felt contact, throws it up towards the rim, was looking for a whistle, doesn't get one, and Jared Cunningham comes away with the basketball. Numbers here the other direction. Johnson pulls up for three in the lead, and that one's off the side of the rim, no good. Jaguars with the rebound, quickly into the front court. They'll kick it out, and that is a three that is good from the right wing, 24-20. Jaguars extend to a 4-point lead. Trying to answer with a three of their own from the right wing and left it short. And there's a save in to Nick Johnson. He'll save it. He'll kick it around to Smith. Now over in the left corner, a three. That one too strong, no good. Offensive rebound opportunity, and it's knocked away and pushed ahead by the Jaguars. 2 on 3, no numbers, running into the chest of Jared Cunningham as Cunningham draws his second offensive foul.
Boy, number 11 went airborne on that one. That was beautiful. But he kind of got hung up there.
And I think that's the issue. If he hadn't led with the knee, he might have gotten that. He might have gotten the blocking call, because I don't think Cunningham was completely set right there. But you can't lead with the knee.
Oh, my man Mason's coming into the game, number 32.
So Mason Brawley will check into the game, and
I think the Heat have been pretty flexible about changing their game. Just when the tempo picked up by the Jaguars, I think the Heat had no problems running with them. So they're pretty versatile in terms of what type of pace that they're going to play at, whether they want to play a half-court game or if they want to play.
Boy, right to left and a good-looking drive. Cameron Barnes with a good first half. He's approaching double figures along with his teammate Lamonte McCain, who's back into the ball game. It's 24-22, Jaguars on top. Under 6 minutes to go for the half.
You think he's any relation to Harrison?
No.
It looked a little Harrison-like there.
Now loose ball, 3-on-1 the other direction. Barnes will drive, a little Euro step, goes with the left hand, and it's too strong, no good. Offensive rebound, and a putback left of the lane is good. Andre Thomas working hard along the left side of the floor. We'll get the putback, and we got a tie game again, 24-24 with 5.5 minutes to go and a half. Jaguars quickly into the front court. There's a little Dirk one-legged step back fade right there. That's too strong, no good. Jaguars with the offensive rebound, though. Well, you see that a lot. And the big man driving along that baseline, try to turn back around inside. He's fouled by Ryan Andrews along the baseline.
What's the ruling on that left arm? So many times I see it coming around, and they'll let him get away with it, and then sometimes they'll call.
You're talking about on the offensive player?
Exactly.
Well, Offensive fouls they're really subjective. Oh, he called glass, or did he? A three-pointer made off that right wing, and he hit it from glass. It looked like a Tim Duncan shot right there. 27-24, so back in front go the Jaguars. McCain with the basketball. He'll drive, and he'll fade away from left of the lane about 18 feet. That's a good-looking shot and move right there.
That he's got there, and he's pouring it in today.
27-26 as he's up into double figures now. 4:40 left for the half, 27-26. 1 point advantage here for the Jaguars. Right back at you with a fadeaway along the baseline, no good. Barnes with the rebound, up ahead to McCain. Couldn't catch it, but leaves it for Barnes. He goes in with a right hand. He got it to go. Was not the prettiest way to set that up, but a nice job and good hands and good finish by both McCain and by Cameron Barnes. They're in front now, 28-27 are the Dallas Heat. Oh, that's a good big man move right there. Little head fake.
That play back here by the Heat, just the anticipation and preparation that whatever could go wrong, I'm going to be there to clean it up. And you could just see the teamwork on that play.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's I think that's another advantage of playing together. A team that has played together for, I don't know how long they played together, but they've played together long enough to kind of understand and know that, hey, I got a teammate that's trailing this play right here. I'm gonna blindly throw it back into the.
That's a good point that you make. We've covered a lot of these celebrity tournaments and the pickup leagues and whatnot, and we've seen some good individual play, but not the team play that we're seeing today. And you can definitely tell that they played together.
Boy, a good offensive rebound and opportunity there by Brian Andrews, unable to come away with it. Had a second crack at it. The Jaguars quickly into the front court, and there's a shot put three from the left wing, no good. Long rebound, 3-on-1 the other direction. Barnes with a good catch, drives, and was trying to draw a foul that time and threw it up wildly off the glass. Now they'll get a steal. Barnes goes up and in with a right-hand finger roll. Well, that Jaguar player was looking for a foul, but he just kind of lost it. He spun into the defense, and 30-29, 1 point advantage here for Dallas Heat. Right wing three by the Jaguars, no good. Long rebound chased down by the Jaguars. They'll turn and fire. Another long shot just inside the perimeter on the left wing, and now that long rebound is tapped up ahead. It's Barnes. He'll drive and go up with two hands and finish strong with a dunk. I believe that's a dozen points in the first half and a 3 point advantage here for the Dallas Heat, 32-29 as we approach the 3.5 minute mark of the first half.
Why does it feel like the Heat should be up by 6-10? And yet the Jaguars keep hanging in there.
Well, it's been the Jaguars who have enjoyed the lead for the much of this game, and I think what you're seeing, though, is Dallas having a lot of opportunities and some good looks that they missed early. Also, they've been out-rebounding the Jaguars here in this first half, but again, they have not shot the ball well, and I think that's the biggest problem that you've seen so far with this disparity from the emotional side that you're feeling to what's actually
maybe
on
they're
the scoreboard.
feeling the nerves, the big broadcast. We got the satellite truck out front, and
absolutely
the bright lights. Yeah, let me take them to settle down just a little bit.
Brian Andrews missed that long two just inside the arc along the right wing, and it's 32-29, 3 point advantage here for the Heat. What? Looked like it could have been a travel violation right there from what it looked like to me. Looked like he might have jumped twice, but that's because I got a weird angle down here along this near side. But
Just
that's
because
not
I'm blocking you
No,
totally?
it's not your fault, Charles.
Okay.
I'm blaming you none.
At least not on the air. And I appreciate that. That's not going unnoticed, by the way.
Brian.
Preston Smith will check into the game as Brian Andrews takes a seat. The big man had some good minutes for Dallas Heat. 32-30 after the first made foul shot. Second one, back rim, no good. And there's a rebound into the hands of Andre Thomas. He'll push it up the other end. He'll kick it over in the corner. Granville thought about it. Now tucks a couple of dribbles. Gets inside the arc and from the right side of the lane along that hash mark just inside the elbow and knocks down a pretty jumper. 34-30. It's the largest lead of the game for the Dallas Heat. 4 points as we get down close to 2.5 minutes to go for the half. We got a defensive 3 seconds here.
I think the Heat may be trying to clamp the defense down just a little bit right here before halftime.
Technical foul shot is good. 34-31. 3-point advantage here for Dallas Heat. 2:40 to play for the half. Jaguars basketball to the left of the jump circle in the front court. Looking for a screen. Now kick over back on the right side. He'll get a screen off to his right. Now at the top of the key, just inside the top of the key, and there's a traveling violation. He says he shuffled his feet before he took that shot. I don't disagree with him. 34-31. 2:15 to play for the half. McCain with the basketball along the right side of the floor, crosses his man over, drives to his left. Now tried to leave it and split the defenders and find Preston Smith, but it was good defense by the Jaguars. And now, just as we say that, they'll turn the basketball over and give it right back with 2 minutes left to go in half. 3-point lead here for the Dallas Heat, 34-31 as they try to close the first half strong. Granville with the basketball on the right side of the floor. A little baseline jumper from about 18 feet. Too strong for Preston Smith. Jaguars with the rebound. They'll push it up the other direction. There's a drive with a right-hand floater. No good. Brawley with the rebound. Quick outlet up to Granville. 2-on-1. He'll drive up and in. Tried to go reverse, and boy, a good block. Well, it looked like Granville felt like he should have got that ball off to Preston Smith. Acknowledged that after the block out of bounds. 34-31. 90 seconds to go for the half. Dallas Heat on top. Drive right to left and a pull-up right of the lane. And Preston Smith a little bit too strong. Long rebound, long pass up ahead, and the Jaguars have turned it over again. I don't know how many times today. I think it's the fourth one we've seen on a long outlet pass where they've turned the basketball over with a chance to get some momentum and an easy bucket.
That must be what I was seeing earlier. That I kept seeing bucket after bucket from the Heat, but I guess the Jaguars were just turning it over so many times.
Granville, right foul line extended along that elbow. Back rim, no good, and that rebound is knocked out of bounds off the leg of the Jaguars, and it'll go over to the Dallas Heat. 34-31, 1 minute to play here in the half. Andre Thomas off to McCain. Little hesitation, now drives, has his shot blocked as he tried to go reverse. It'll go out of bounds. It'll stay with Dallas Heat.
He has no problems going to the bucket, does he?
Brawley with a three on the inbounds pass. Back rim, no good. Long rebound of the Jaguars along that right side of the floor. They look to run some clock here as we got 40 seconds left to go in the first half. 34-31, 3-point advantage for the Dallas Heat. A drive, a kick, a shot, no good. Smith with the rebound off the Granville. 4-on-2 if they hurry. Granville right to left through the lane. A little stop and go. And the skip. And a nice little finger roll that time from Granville.
You think they were aware of a 2-for-1 possibility?
I don't know if 2-for-1 really plays into a count here when you don't have much of a shot clock.
That's a great point.
But your point is good if you have a shot clock.
I appreciate you saving me.
Oh, that's a good move. That's filthy. Filthy stuff right there. 36-33. A throw into the front court. Granville doesn't get it off in time, and we go to intermission. 20 minutes of basketball having been played here at Mo Williams Academy. It's a 3-point advantage for the Dallas Heat. 36-33. It's Dallas Heat basketball on Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. The second half is around the corner. Stay tuned.
Yeah. It's cold. It ain't hot.
They got two more quarters.
To the second half we go on a Saturday afternoon at Mo Williams Academy. Jamie Horton and Charles C.W. Gaines courtside with you here on Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. It's Dallas Heat basketball as they own a three-point advantage, 36-33, as we get the third period underway.
Jamie, it's getting serious now. Not only are we in the second half, but the president has stepped
The
into
king.
He has arrived.
The king has showed up. 36-33, Dallas Heat with the possession, and they'll shoot to the basket at our broadcast right. And they're going to call him for either an offense. No, he stepped along the baseline, did Lee McCain. He had 8 points in that first half. 14 points to lead all scorers. Cameron Barnes of the Dallas Heat. Jaguars with the basketball, shooting to the basket at our broadcast left, nearly stolen away. He'll hand it off now, and it'll be a right wing three, a deep one. And the big man knocks it down, and there's the first bucket of the third, and that'll tie the ball game here, 36-36. 30 seconds having been played in this third quarter.
This is looking like some pretty good ball out here, huh?
It's been fun. It's actually been fun. This is a really neat gym here. Granville turns over that right shoulder, the fadeaway. Front rim, no good. And a rebound on the offside goes into the hands of the Jaguars. They'll push it into the front court. Same spot and different result this time on the three for the big man. Jaguars with a long rebound. This time just inside. That should have been a two. Looked like a two to me. And looked like his toe was on the line. What did you think, Gerardo?
You know, I didn't have a good angle. I'm going to go ahead and defer to you on this one, and actually not the ref.
Yeah, that's always a good idea. So 6 points here out of the locker room to begin this third quarter. It's 39-36 for the Jaguars as they take the 3-point lead. Now we got a whistle and a foul as Lee McCain was trying to make his move along the left side of the floor.
Jamie, now that we've got a little bit of break in the action, I want you to introduce those dulcet tones that just stepped into our booth here. Who are you talking to?
It is the great Ryan G. Gerardo.
G-Dog, as we like to refer to him
He's
at times.
known as a lot of things. RG.
Moneybags.
Money bags.
Rai.
That's new.
Richie Rich.
Okay, I've heard Rai before.
Have you heard that before?
Little Dirk.
I literally made
Little Dirk is definitely a moniker that
I like that a little bit better.
Oh, there he
my
goes again.
goodness.
Woo. We've had several of those, Gerardo.
My goodness.
That is a legit block right there. Andre Thomas knew it. No argument from him.
This is some legitimate, at least overseas talent here.
It looks like an overseas game, right? I mean,
Yeah.
this looks like a professional basketball game. A three from the right wing. Preston Smith rimmed it out, no good. And now we got a steal going the other direction. It's the Heat. Little hesitation dribble there from Thomas, and his shot no good. And the Jaguars come away with it. Still scoreless in the third is the Dallas Heat. Now driving, a little skip through the lane, going right to left. And an opportunity, an offensive rebound put back, no good. And no harm, no foul. Dallas Heat with the rebound. They'll push it the other direction. A three for the tie in the left corner, left it short, and the rebound of the Jaguars. One and done that trip for the Heat. Well, they're starting off the third like they started off the first quarter.
They are
Charles.
totally frenetic. That's exactly the way this game began until they settled down a little bit. But bodies flying everywhere, up and down the court. We'll see them settle down just a little bit. But you're right, Ryan. This is some quality basketball. We were just commenting earlier about we've had lots of celebrity tournaments and pickup leagues and kind of hodgepodge teams. You can tell when a team's played together. So we're having some good spacing. We're having actually some plays run and some unselfish basketball in this first half.
That didn't look good. That wasn't a good shot. Granville drives. Boy, he lost the basketball going up. Looked like he got hit on the top of the head. At least that's what he was arguing. And attempted an alley-oop. He threw it a little bit too far away. But the offensive rebound and then driving inside with a little right-handed scoop shot. He was going right to left through the lane, and instead of going with the reverse, tried to do the Kyrie Irving style of finish and couldn't get it to go. And the Dallas Heat with a payback, it's a 4-point swing as they're back within a digit here, 39-38. Quick pull-up in transition for three on the left wing, no good. An offensive rebound, that put back no good. Rebound tipped out, and Jaguars still control their third crack at it here. Up top they go, and now a swing around, and there's a 3-second violation.
That is an interesting release. We're seeing out of that three-point shooter right there.
What if you could compare it to somebody so our audience can?
Well, you know, it's overused. Anytime
Jim
you see
Spanarkel.
Goodness gracious! That's the second Spanarkel reference we've had since we've been doing this. Not today, but
I have a
since we've been.
limited repertoire of ex-Maverick players.
I think we talked about Jim Spanarkel when we were in Oklahoma City.
Uwe Blob.
I think he came up like twice within a couple of minutes, if I remember correctly.
I think it was.
That's all I got.
Yeah, because my guy, I would bring up Mr. McLeod. Oh, that looked like a carry right there. Right now, Dallas Heat and struggling offensively just like they did to start this ball game, but still trailing just by a digit, 39-38. Jaguars missed the shot, leaving it short. And Granville comes the other way for the Heat. He'll push now, stop now from the right elbow. Dumps it off inside, and there's a good look. And a good finish and good catch by Preston Smith.
Speaking of ex-Mavericks, Mo Williams.
He never played for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, that's my point. Should he have played at the Mavericks?
Well, they did a couple of years ago. They tried to sign him, or at least they made him an offer.
Yes, we kept talking about it every offseason.
That was the summer of DeAndre, wasn't it?
Well, I just know the whole.
I thought he was one of the chips to fall.
He's from Dallas. You know, how many times have we heard, "Hey, he's from Dallas. We're going to get the hometown discount, and they want to play in Dallas." Right.
41-40, left baseline. Now a leave and a good catch. Otis Smith missed it. He knew he missed it. That ball
took out the scores table.
Thrown up ahead right into the scores table.
Why does everybody want to live in Dallas but not play in Dallas?
You know, I asked that to. By the way, go to our YouTube channel, Players Revolution Sports, and you can see my interview with B.A.5, and that was one of the questions I asked him, because he's the impersonator, the NBA impersonator, and he's done the Dirk step back, and he said, you know, he learned how to do the step back fade. That's a good looking drive right there by Dallas Heat. They're on top here, 42-41. He went left to right through the lane, and a good finish with the right hand on the other side of the rim. He's talking about, you know, he did the jersey adjustment and all that kind of stuff. But I asked him that. I said, why do you think Stars haven't chose to... What we got there? Boy, are they going to give him an offensive foul?
They got the push off.
He gets to extend the arm a little bit too much.
That's the one I was looking at earlier.
Creating space.
That's right. You did mention that in the first half, Charles. Very astute.
I'm paying attention most of the time.
You know, you create enough space with the one-legged fade.
Oh, Granville. Well, he tried to just kind of float that one in and left it a little bit short. The Jaguars in transition, a right wing three, and he buried it. Well, he's got a couple of triples here in his ball game. 44-42. It's been close throughout. No team has led by more than 5 points, and there's a foul. As Thomas was trying to make his move, get around his man, but you know, I asked B-Dot, Brandon Armstrong, by the way, is his real name. If it was a Dirk problem, if it was a Mark Cuban problem, if it was after the 2011 World Championship, if players maybe have felt like he was declining or something, and that seemed to be more of his answer than anything else. McCain, little hesitation, takes it all the way up and in, and boy, nobody really put a body on him or met him at the rim, and it was an easy left-handed finish for Lamonte McCain. He's in double figures now, with 10 points even. Well, there's a drive and a little right-handed floater that caught the back rim, and he had good touch on that basketball. He gets it to fall harmlessly. 46-44, two-point advantage here for the Jaguars. There's Granville with a step-back fade along that left side. And no good. Ironed unkind that time to Tarawn. Jaguars basketball with the lead here. In front of us here on the near side, a drive to the left, and now a stop and pull it back. Finds a cutter. It's a big man in a familiar face, somebody we've seen.
Nice touch.
Good touch that time, going left to right through the paint. And a good finish. 48-44, 4-point advantage here for the Jaguars. Otis Smith with the basketball. Spins away from the defender at the top of the arc. Now finds McCain on that right wing. Jab step. Crosses his man over, gets around him, goes all the way up and in with a right hand. No finish, but a foul. That's a good drive right there by Lamonte McCain, and I believe.
Excellent ball control.
I think they're going to call it a legal defense or a 3-second violation, defensive 3 seconds. So a shot and maybe a foul here. I don't know. It looked like a lot of contact there against McCain.
Coach of the Jaguars is giving the official near. I got a shout out to the Jaguars coach. He's rocking the bow tie and doing a very good job of it, might I say. But if you can pull off the bow tie in an arena like this,
it's warm in here.
It is warm in here. It is pretty
so
steamy.
Really neat spot, though.
Very appropriate for the Heat, though. Would you not?
Absolutely.
Say?
Absolutely. 48-45, and there's a little feed inside, and that's a good look. Kendrick Salas to Jarrett Cunningham, and he lays it up and in. Boy, Cunningham has played sparingly in this ball game thus far, but he's been effective in all of his minutes. That's what you want. He's got a good plus-minus. You stretch that out over his per 36 stats.
We'll see that in the E-score.
Absolutely. There's another good drive and a hesitation. The big man showing some handles.
Jamie, I really feel like you have a good plus-minus. Your pluses are way better than your minuses.
Thank you.
In my book.
Thank you. I agree, actually. I think I'm very good at everything. 50-47, there's Barnes driving. He was a leading scorer in that first half off the bench. He had 14 points.
Nobody seems to separate themselves. It's been 3 points, give or take, almost the entire way. So it's going to be interesting to see how the ending of this game turns out.
There's another good feed by Silas, and Cunningham couldn't finish. That's been the problem right there, Charles. There's been a lot of really good looks that have not been converted this afternoon, as well as, I mean, the Dallas Heat, they've kept themselves in this ballgame because they've out-rebounded the Jaguars, especially on the offensive glass. But they still, again, have had so many second-chance opportunities, and they haven't been able to cash in on most of them.
We talked earlier about Mason Brawley. Is he rolling the player-coach role?
Yes, he's very like Paul Newman in Slapshot.
Exactly.
There's a Slapshot reference.
Always appropriate.
It's a great movie. It's good family-friendly stuff right there.
Family Channel.
Well, there's a late call. There's a travel. I mean, it could have gone either way. I think there was some contact, too. Tough call either way, but the Jaguars turn it over and belongs to the Dallas Heat, who trail here by 50-47.
Jamie, if you're the player coach, I'll ask this to Ryan, ex-player that's on our team here. When you're the player coach and you suck, do you pull yourself out of the game?
You know.
No, that's my answer. I got my answer. Thank you.
Yeah. that's on a.
Look out.
That is a player-by-player decision there.
Very political. Very nice.
Man, we're watching some windshield wiper action here.
Into the front court goes Otis Smith, splits the jump circle, drives to his left, goes all the way into the body of the defender, and that is going to be a traveling violation. And that is, I thought he traveled twice on that possession, to be honest with you.
Is there a double travel?
Well, only if
double
you catch
dribble, why not?
I mean, technically, I guess it is a double travel because they called one of them. Maybe give him an opportunity to, like, right his wrong. A good-looking drive right there. A lot of quickness. Driving to his right.
Now, I might be late to the party here, but has anyone else noticed Power Hands pop-up defenders?
We already mentioned it. We saw it was one of the first things we saw when we got here. Power Hands. A shout-out to Power Hands, our friends over there. Power Hands with a Z.
Jamie, tell me about Power Hands. What are they all about?
Well, first of all, like us, it's a revolution in training, right? So we are revolutionizing how the adult basketball world, essentially creates their mark and creates themselves their career. As Dallas Heat, that's tough play right there, tough decision, trailing by 4 here, 51-47. Jaguars into the body of a defender, a little too strong off the glass and front rimmed, and there's Barnes chasing down the rebound. Throws it up ahead to Granville. And that's an easy bucket right there. Kendrick Salas running the floor. Back to within a bucket here, 51-49. Jaguars on top by a pair, and a whistle and a stoppage in play with 47.6 seconds left in the third. But Power Hands has kind of revolutionized the training market, much like Players Revolution Sports and the ePlay app is revolutionizing adult basketball, even the youth market as well. But we mentioned the Unity in the Community event that we had this time last week with the wonderful folks over at Power Hands and my future wife, Lady Jade, K104.
I was
shout
hoping
out.
You wouldn't go there again.
My goodness, she is beautiful.
So Power Hands themselves, the product was really it is amazing. It really is amazing.
Did you try one? I tried one last Saturday, and it's really it's neat. You can feel the difference. It's like I would compare it to like if you were a baseball player and used a donut, right? And you would swing the bat with a donut on it and give that extra weight. And then when the donut came off, the bat felt really light in your hands, right? So you felt more confident.
Principle.
Yeah, it's the same principle. So with the basketball, you were dribbling a basketball with weights on your hands, these gloves that essentially are weighted down. You take the gloves off and the ball feels lighter and smaller, if you will, in your hands, almost like you can control the basketball a lot easier, and it makes your hands feel bigger even. I don't know. That's the best way for me to describe it. obviously it was a basketball event, so we only got to use it for basketball, but they, for softball, baseball, for football, go to powerhandswithaz.com. There's a 3, and that's that rotation I think you were talking about. Salas into the front court with 12 seconds, drives to his left along the baseline, and we got a tie ball game at 51 apiece. Under 10 seconds to play for the third. Jaguars quickly into the front court. A drive. A lot of contact. He was looking for an offensive foul or looking for a block, and boy, we got a foul here at the buzzer. A foul on the jump shot, and I think that might be the correct call.
That is unfortunate for the Heat.
Yeah, that's one where you just let that one go. You run past him, maybe say something ugly to him to distract him. That's good D sometimes.
You're back to slap shot again.
Well, when I used to go to Mavericks games, or even on the TV, one of the things I yell at guys when they're about to shoot free throws is somebody in their family smell like doo-doo.
You're a TV yeller?
You say it as one word. One word, smell like doo-doo.
Okay.
Does it work when you yell?
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't really, but it does sometimes, because sometimes people miss foul shots. One of two that trip to end that third period, 52-51. We got a barn burner here. We got a good game as we go to the fourth. It's anybody's game right now. Dallas Heat scored just 15 points in that third period, but it took them a while to kind of get going there, as it had almost been a run of 2.5 minutes off the clock before they got their first field goal of that third period. But again, finished strong, took a lead, and have now seen their fourth quarter start with a 1-point disadvantage at 52-51. Be Jarrett Cunningham, be Kendrick Salas, Lamonte McCain, Otis Smith, and our man Cameron Barnes, the 5 on the floor to start.
Have you gotten past the double one situation?
Yes, I have.
What's the situation here? We have two
We
ones?
got 2 1s, but one of them has their. I only saw 1-1 earlier. But Mason hooked me up here with the score sheet. It's got both number 1s. One number 1 has his name on the back of the jersey, so I just found the one that has the name on the back of the jersey, and the other one that doesn't is the other one. If that makes any sense. There's a 3 from the left wing. That one's off. Barnes skying for the rebound, lost it, and it ends up into the hands of the Jaguars. And they'll get the first bucket of the fourth quarter, 54-51, 3-point advantage for the Jaguars. Dallas Heat in possession. Silas spins away from his man along the right wing. Pulls up just inside the arc, no good. Gets his own rebound and kicks it out. Driving right baseline, it's Barnes, and a good job, good hands, and a good finish for Cameron Barnes. And Jarrett Cunningham with a near steal, and ends up in the hands of Salas. He'll drive all the way into the body of the defender, and that is going to be a charge.
Ryan, when you have a situation like that and you've got 2 guys wearing the same number, what is the official position of Players Revolution as far as cloning goes?
Well, the best solution that we have is a sweatband. That's the best solution that we've got. Now, if a differentiating sweatband is not present, then we have to default to what all other scorers use. As we see, man, that was a
lot of moves right there.
Yeah.
And it turns over that right shoulder. A little fadeaway jump shot puts the Dallas Heat in front, 55-54. 8.5 minutes to play here this afternoon. There's a drive, and wild shot, no good, but he's fouled and will go to the line for a pair, you were saying.
we just have to default to if there is no sweatband that we can provide. We just have to default to, as we see a technical here.
So if I hear you clearly, the official stance is
Yes.
if a team has their MVP and they literally clone him to get a competitive advantage, as long as he has a different color armband, the league is okay with it.
Right. There has to be a differentiating factor of some type, some type of distinguishing factor. We can use a sweatband for that, or the official scorer can attempt to use something else. Obviously, if it's a game of this caliber, we require a clear distinguishing factor like a sweatband.
So he missed the technical foul shot, knocks down the first of 2. And the second one is good. So 2 for 3 that trip, but only knocks down the 2 he was going to get in the first place. 56-55, 1-point advantage here for the Jaguars. Heat in possession along that baseline. McCain drives up with a right hand. Good, strong move. Boy, I love the game of LaMonte McCain. He reminds me a lot. He looks like a Jay Crowder type, right? The hair and everything.
He does.
But he's a little bit less. I think one of the things about Jay is he didn't have touch, right? He didn't have a lot of touch.
Yeah, yeah.
McCain's got good touch around the basket. He's got a good arc on his jump shot.
His moves,
like his game.
His moves are just solid. I mean, they look like they could translate to the next level.
Absolutely. 57-56.
Not easily pushed around or falling down as he's making his moves.
And there's a 2. Knocked down by Cameron Barnes. It's been Cameron Barnes and LaMonte McCain, the leading scorers this afternoon for Dallas Heat, trying to answer with a 3 from the right wing, and that one splashed home. I believe he's got 3 or 4 triples this afternoon.
Ryan, I'm interested in your take on this facility. I don't know if this is your first time here or not, but you've seen and played in many facilities in this area. But what's your take generally on the way this is laid out?
Good drive by Otis Smith and a finish with a left hand.
This is a beautiful gym. You guys arrived here a little earlier than I did, and you sent a picture over, and I was just I was blown away. It was exactly how it appears in their marketing online, and it's crazy release.
I guess I don't know if this would be a criticism, but such a beautiful gym, but not really enough room for the fans to come enjoy it.
Yeah. I think it's mainly
it's a player's gym without question.
A training facility.
Gotcha.
As we see, a lot of weights and stuff around it, but just. I'm not sure where this floor came from, but this looks like a floor that's probably been refinished.
And it's a legit floor.
Yeah. And obviously these are legit goals. This is a nice setup.
Yeah, these are legit goals. This is an NBA court.
Yes, it is.
Jamie knows that I'm enamored by the police caution tape.
There's McCain, back rim, no good. No bodies down there for an offensive rebound attempt. And
I thought that was gonna be a reference to the crime scene tape we got running around the court.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what he's talking about. He's been enamored with it the whole time.
I don't think it's making a social statement, but I just love it when it goes out of bounds and they have to duck underneath the yellow caution police tape. Oh, gosh.
61-60. Oh, good look. Barnes finds the cutting Otis Smith, and he goes right to left through the paint with a bounce pass. Good job by Otis Smith to catch that, and in one motion reverses it left to right on the other side of the iron. 63-61, 2-point advantage here for the Heat. That's a 2 from the left corner.
Ryan, you got to put this in context. I'm a UTA graduate, and when I was there in school, we played in Texas Hall, and so if you lost the ball out of bounds, it would go into the actual bleachers, the theater seating.
So it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was on a stage.
It was literally. That's where
playing in a theater.
That's where they had all their musicals and drama productions, and so one side had the bleachers that you set up and tear down, but the other side went totally out into the 1,200 seat padded theater.
So for us Dallasites, it's sort of like it's sort of like the Mavericks maybe playing at Dallas Symphony Orchestra.
Basically,
or something like that.
If they had done a special outreach at the Meyerson, it would have been kind of like that. It would have been.
Well, you see some of that sometimes, like when you have a Final Four at a football stadium, like at Cowboys Stadium, where they have the elevated floor like in the middle.
Have either of y'all gone to one of those huge games in an arena?
I went to the 2010 All-Star game, NBA All-Star game.
It was at Jerry World, yeah.
Well, that's like just sitting and watching your big screen at home.
How many people were there?
That was the most attended basketball game ever.
80?
It was over 110,000.
Oh my God!
Was it? It was.
I don't remember if it was. I didn't remember it being that big, I guess.
It was, they announced it while we were there that you're part of the largest crowd ever to watch a live basketball game. And to my knowledge, the record hasn't been beaten. But
I don't know where else it would have been. Yeah, I mean, was Superdome? I mean, I don't know.
It would have had to be.
There he goes, a drive. There he left to right through the lane, and the finish with the foul, LaMonte McCain. As if on cue, just kind of rocked his man to sleep over there in the left corner and then drew baseline right past him and went right to the bucket, left to right through that lane, and goes reverse side, gets the hoop and the harm. It's a 4-point advantage here for the Heat as we're under 5 minutes to play, under the halfway mark of this fourth quarter. They're on top here at 67-63. Their largest lead of the game has been 5, and a chance to equal that here at the line if McCain can knock down this foul shot.
All right, I have a number. It is 108,713.
It's a lot of people. I don't know if 108,000 were actually there, but
They were all full. I was one of those people occupying just the highest seats.
watching it on the
Yes.
Jerry Jumbotron.
Yes, watching ants throw around a grain of sand.
2-shot foul here as he made his move inside. It's going to be, I believe they're going to call the foul there on Brian Andrews. So 2-shot foul here. It's 68-63. 5-point advantage here for the Dallas Heat. Back rimmed on the foul shot. Boy, I think he's been perfect at the line all afternoon, and that was the first one he looked semi-uncomfortable on. So we're approaching crunch time here. 68-63. Dallas Heat on top by 5, and an 0-for-2 trip there. And the rebound, Dallas Heat, he'll push the other direction. He'll kick it out in the corner. A 3 from the right corner is buried. Nick Johnson with a huge 3, and the largest lead of the game either way belongs to Dallas Heat, 70-63. Did they give him a 2 on that one? No, it was a 2. So 70-63 either way. It's still a 7-point advantage. It's the largest lead of the game for the Dallas Heat, and they'll get the ball right back with 4:24 left to play in this ball game.
That 7-point lead feels like they're pulling away in this game, as close as it's been.
Barnes into the front court. Tries to break his man down, now spins away from him, goes baseline, reverse side, no good. Contact, no foul. Offensive rebound and a putback on the left side of the lane, Brian Andrews. 9-point advantage now, 72-63, and Jaguars turn it over again. The ball loose on the floor, and Barnes comes away with it. He'll drive, he'll throw it up to McCain, and Barnes to McCain on the alley-oop, and a good touch right there with a right hand off the glass, and good. It's 74-63. It's an 8-0 run by the Dallas Heat, and they're on top here by 11. A timeout on the floor, 3:52 to play. It's Dallas Heat basketball on Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. The conclusion is next. Stay tuned. So Lamonte McCain from California gets the bucket on the alley-oop. Boy, it was a high pass there from Barnes. He was able to get it up with one hand on the right side, and there's a traveling violation. (74-63). 11-point game after the turnover. Boy, a chance here for Dallas Heat to kind of put their feet on the necks of the Jaguars and try and salt this game away. You can't turn the ball over, though. Able to gather it. Now Smith drives through the lane, up with a right-hand finger roll. Boy, Preston Smith, I think, kind of caught everybody by surprise right there with a quick move. 13-point advantage, and there's Barnes with a block. And along the baseline, stepping out of bounds, Nick Johnson. .308 to play in this one, 76-63, 13-point advantage here. Dallas Heat with the lead, the Jaguars with possession. Inbounds pass goes up top to the right of the jump circle. Now on the near side in front of us. Crossing his man over. And now backing it back out. Driving along that left baseline, and boy, it's a big bucket and a foul. The big man showing some handles and a nice little hesitation dribble as he went along the baseline, went reverse side with the right hand. And the hoop and the harm here, so you get a chance at 3 with the clock stopped as you're under 2:50 now, or you're under 3 now at 2:50 for the ball game, and a chance to get this thing back to 10 if the foul shot is converted, and it is. So 76-66, the Heat on top, and that's a big bucket right there for the Jaguars. Now dumping it off inside, it's McCain finding Andrews, who was cutting along the right side of the lane, and McCain with a good look. Back up to a dozen now. A 3. A little bit too strong. Offensive rebound and a putback attempt. No good, but he's fouled. Got him on the arm. And if you're Brian Andrews, well, you want to be careful here because you don't want to give anybody a reason to tee you up here and give freebies at the line with the clock stopped. 2 shots at the charity stripe here. The first one. Left short, no good. So McCain entered this game averaging just over 15 points a game. He'll split the foul shots that trip. It remains an 11-point advantage here for the Heat at 78-67. Barnes with the basketball, bring it into the front court along the left side, splits the double team. Goes all the way up and in with a left hand. Wow. Got it to go on a foul, and boy, every time it seems the last 2 trips that the Jaguars have had a chance to grab some momentum, they give up an easy bucket, and this time give up an easy bucket and the harm and the old-fashioned 3-point play opportunity here at the charity stripe for Cameron Barnes.
That was an impressive finish there.
He and McCain have been impressive all evening long. Really fearless going to the bucket. A real slasher-type mentality on both of them.
So he'll complete the 3-point play, 81-67. 14-point advantage as we tick down to 2 minutes here in a long 3. Back rim and the rebound. That was down in the hands of the Heat. Now a left elbow jumper just inside the elbow in the paint that time on the left side of the floor by Brian Andrews. His left short and a 3 in transition, no good. Andrews with the rebound for the Heat. 1:45 to play in this one. 14-point advantage and a good look-away pass across the lane. Smith couldn't come up with it.
Brian, I promise you this was a 1-point game for 90% of this game.
Yeah, this was a close game until this fourth quarter where the Dallas Heat just have kind of pulled away here.
Yeah, they have. I've seen it happen.
It started with defense, by the way. It started with their defense, forcing some turnovers, getting some easy buckets in transition. That's typically where these runs are made at any level of basketball. It always starts with your defense. There's McCain. He'll fire a 3. The dagger shot, no good. Rebound of the Jaguars. Up ahead they go. A 3 in transition. A rainbow is no good. And the offensive rebound to the Jaguars. They'll back it out. Up top they go. Now left jumper from the left foul line extended. No good. And a rebound of the Heat here. 1 minute to play here as they can salt away this game. They're on top here by 14, 81-67. Granville spins away from the defender, now backs it back out on that left wing, gets a screen from Andrews, who rolls to the basket. Granville tried to get a little too fancy that time with the over-the-shoulder pass to him.
You know, just me personally, it always bothers me when the net is hung up like that.
I was hoping you'd say something.
It does. It does. It bothers
usually
me.
in the NBA they'll grab that and they'll pull it down.
Yeah.
It's a visual thing. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like if you're a hitter, you want a backdrop where you can see the baseball much better. If you're a shooter, like I hated going to a playground and having no net.
Yes.
Of any kind.
Yeah.
That's what they do at the State Fair just to psych you. There's no net. It's just a ring.
Yeah, and that's not.
It doesn't help that the ring is half the size.
And it's also
of the ball.
they also do like an oval kind of thing too. I mean, they don't do it right. The rims are probably not, regulation.
Oh, we're actually game over. Congratulations at this point. So
all right,
with 15.3 seconds left on the clock.
I wonder what happened. I guess they went ahead and said, "Hey, it's done. It's
they
over."
Call the game.
I guess they figured they couldn't come back in that amount of time. But our post game, we're going to have a little post game conversation with Lamonte McCain as well as Cameron Barnes. We'll get Mason Brawley over here to kind of point us in the right direction in terms of finding those guys. But, boy, an 81-67 victory here by the Dallas Heat at Mo Williams Academy on a Saturday afternoon here on Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. Jamie Horton, Charles C. W. Gaines, and Ryan Gerardo. So Lamonte McCain will join us here on the post-game show, and we'll start with the way this game sort of ended. I mean, this was a close nip-and-tuck game throughout, and you guys used your defense in that fourth quarter to get some easy buckets and some runouts. Kind of talk about that fourth quarter and the way you guys were able to put this one away.
Oh, man, Coach just told us to dig deep and play hard and stay consistent. So we bought into this concept and we just did it.
I really enjoyed watching your game. You look like, we were saying Jay Crowder, right?
Yeah.
But you have more touch. I think you have better touch and better hands around the basket. I know I'm probably not doing Jay any kind of service by saying that or whatever. But in terms of your game, who do you kind of like to craft your game after? Because you got a little bit of everything. You can shoot the ball from 18 feet. You're a good rebounder. You can get your man off the dribble and go baseline. I mean, who do you like to compare your game to?
Well, I don't play my game to nobody, but I always try to look at LeBron James and everything he do because he's an all-around player. But I just try to play every position I can.
So do you, seeing as you like to model yourself after LeBron James, do you want to trade your point guard as well?
Nah. Nah.
So how long have you been playing with the Dallas Heat?
For a year now.
You're from California?
Yes, sir.
All right, whereabouts?
I'm from Vallejo, California. Vallejo?
No,
like the Bay Area?
Vallejo?
Yeah.
You know In Too Deep?
Yeah.
Man, that's my childhood. In Too Deep. They're from Vallejo, California. Yeah, Vallejo, California. In Too Deep. Lamonte McCain, you and both Cameron Barnes hooked up a couple of times. Y'all were the leading scorers in this ball game. Congratulations on the victory. And again, man, enjoyed watching you play.
Appreciate it.
All right. 81-67 Dallas Heat with the victory. If you can get me Cameron, that'd be great. That's his name, right? Because I saw 10 Cameron Barnes, but the number or the name on that jersey was different.
Yeah, it's different.
But it is Cameron Barnes. All right. We'll get him to come over here and visit with us. Yeah. 81-67, Lamonte McCain visiting with us here. Dallas Heat basketball on Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. Jamie Horton, Charles C.W. Gaines, Ryan Gerardo with you here courtside at the Mo Williams Academy. Mason Brawley. Mason, look, your team, this was a close ball game. And then your team used defense and turned that into offense in the fourth quarter where you got some steals, you got some turnovers and some easy buckets, and that kind of grabbed you some momentum there in that fourth quarter. Talk about the way this one ended and the way you guys were able to grab that momentum and keep it.
First off, thank you guys for having us here at E-Play. Dallas Heat really appreciate it. Every game pretty much goes the same way for us. Our guys, we have a really good offensive team, and we kind of have to dig deep, it seems, the second half of the game to kind of get our guys to rally the troops and kind of dig deep, find something down there in them to dig games out like this where we're playing athletic teams. You know, the Dallas Jaguars, they had some shooters on their team that kind of kept the game very close when we thought we were going to pull away. So I do give my hats off to my guys for, coming together and taking it as personal as they could to get a stop on defense.
Talk about your depth. I mean, you mentioned the fact that you got a lot of shooters and a lot of scorers. Pretty much almost everybody touched the floor here this afternoon, and not everybody. I mean, look, Lamonte McCain got a lot of run, and Cameron Barnes, of course, those were your two hottest players, so you got to ride those hot hands. But everybody that was on the floor contributed at one time or another. Kind of talk about the advantage of having that much depth on your basketball team.
It definitely brings a lot to us here at the Dallas Heat. Us having, even all our guys weren't here. We're missing a few big bodies that definitely could have swung the game our way earlier. But having Cameron Barnes here, who's 4 games deep with us, definitely adds a lot of scoring power. Whenever we need a go-to bucket, I can call him at any given time, and he'll go get that bucket that we need. And then also Lamonte McCain, he's definitely a big help for us whenever we as well need a bucket. And even as on our defensive end, he's our guy that we can call on to go guard the best player, and he definitely steps up to the plate for me.
Mason Brawley, player coach with the Dallas Heat, 81-67, a victory here this afternoon, Mo Williams Academy in Dallas, Texas. And we'll visit now with Cameron Barnes. He was leading scorer. And Mason, we appreciate you letting us out here, man. We'd love to do it again. So So Cameron Barnes will visit with us now, and Cameron, leading scorer in that first half all the way around in the first half, and all 14 of your points were big, but it was the defense that led the offense there in that fourth quarter that helped you guys pull away here. Kind of talk about the momentum that you grabbed using your defense to get you into your offensive rhythm.
I think it's just all mental, man. Once we lock in, you know what I mean, and pick up on our assignments, we'll be good to go. I think we get unfocused sometimes, and, you know, that leads to the other team getting runs.
In terms of the way you guys start offensively, the first quarter and then the third quarter, so at each half, it was a slow start offensively. You guys, weren't making shots, and then you obviously started getting things going after a foul was called, and you get a couple of easy looks at the line. Is this an offense that sort of always kind of gets off the slow starts, and what seems to be the key in getting you going?
Usually we get off to a fast start, you know, and then like I said at the beginning, you know, we lose focus and we don't stay locked in, and the other team goes on the run. But yeah, man, once we stay locked in or trust each other and, you know, not try to do our one-on-one thing, we'll be good to go.
So this is your fourth game. This is your fourth game playing with Dallas Heat. Where are you from?
I believe this is my third.
Third game?
Third game, yes, sir.
So where are you from?
I'm from Dallas. I was actually a military brat growing up, but I've been living here more than half my life, so I'm originally from Dallas, you could say.
So what do you hope to accomplish getting a chance to run with Dallas Heat and maybe further in your basketball career? Do you have bigger aspirations in terms of basketball?
Definitely, man. I'm praying that Lord leads me in the right way and I can, keep going. I'm not sure, what's in store for me, but I'm going to just keep working hard and see what happens.
Well, I encourage you to download our app, the ePlay app, Players Revolution Sports, and your career in basketball can start right there, man. Find out what your e-score is. We can give you some more information on that. Go to geteplay.com, Players Revolution, or playersrev.com, and also Players Revolution TV, this production of Dallas Heat basketball, Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. He's Cameron Barnes. We appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
81-67 is your final score here at the Mo Williams Academy. Dallas Heat basketball on Players Revolution TV, a production of Players Revolution Sports. For Charles Gaines and Ryan Gerardo from the Mo Williams Academy in Dallas, I'm Jamie Horton. Until next time.